Here I was, playing a match of Fortnite like usual. I respectfully eliminate an enemy player and look off into the distance and wonder, what else is really out there? My mission to discover what was outside of the Fortnite map started at the beginning, in Chapter 1, 2, and 3. So it wasn't really the beginning, I suppose. It was more like the beginning through to like 3 years ago, but... So, Sonny, you gonna tell me what's outside of the Fortnite map?
Gee, Detective, I don't know.
Don't play dumb with me, Billy. I know you know.
I don't, I promise.
Maybe I can help you out here. Get a little information out of you, huh? There's one thing I want. What's that? Name your price, Billy. Fuck. So, if you keep up with the Fortnite lore, you would have known that chapters 1 through 3 happened inside of the loop. This fucking thing. And anyone who tried to escape the island by trying to get to any of the nearby islands would kind of... Well, let's find out, shall we? Now I know what you're thinking. Craig, is this a good idea? Yes. No, it's not. I'm sorry, I lied. And there they are. The islands. We'll head for that one there. That's the closest one. Jesus Christ, look what they did to the battle bus. Crikey. Oh, this is a piece of piss. We're gonna make that. We're gonna make that. Guaranteed. Look, the trajectory is on point. We're making it. Oh no! It's fine, it's fine. The storm can't stop us. They can't stop progress. We're right above it, man. We're in there. I'm going down. Jesus Christ. We made it. We made it to the far islands. I swear you couldn't do this in OG Fortnite, like the actual OG Fortnite. What the hell? Is there collision on this? Why didn't they put a barrier there? Is there collision? No, okay. Well, we made it. I didn't think we would. We're gonna make it. I'm gonna document my findings. I'm gonna tell the world what I saw here today. No one's ever done this before. Don't look it up. No one's done it. There's 2 people spectating. They're literally witnessing history right now. Oh, not the... What the fuck am I looking at? We're going in. We made it to the island. We did it. We made it. Yeah, baby. And there we go. So despite the fact that there were islands outside of the Chapter 1, 2, and 3 maps, you couldn't actually get to them. Well, you weren't supposed to, at least. People did find ways of actually getting to these islands through messing with their internet connections, and what they found was shocking. They were just low-poly versions of Chapter 1 POIs, if I'm being honest with you. It wasn't that crazy. But what was interesting, however, is that the Chapter 3 intro cinematic showed us the loop bubble for the first time, and the islands that surrounded the main Battle Royale island were actually nowhere to be seen inside of the bubble. So it technically proves that the low-poly islands were never actually there. In a lore sense, I guess. So that's it. There's nothing outside of the Fortnite island. Wow, what a great video, Craig. You really outdone yourself this time. Don't forget to use code BigCraigd and subscribe to the channel. Actually, after Chapter 3 ends, the mystery behind what is beyond Fortnite's island actually comes back. Because, well, the loop bubble explodes. We aren't in that anymore, which means that whatever we see outside of the Fortnite map post Chapter 3 is actually there. But before we even get to that, we need to talk about the moon. Or some of you lore enthusiasts might know it as the Ice Moon. The Ice Moon is the moon that orbits Fortnite's... whatever it is. From chapters 1 through 4, that is the Ice Moon. It is the closest we've ever been to actually being off of the Fortnite island. We were on the Ice Moon during the waiting segment for the collision event. The Ice Moon is also home to the Ice King, one of the peakest tier 100s in the industry. A piece of the moon broke off and floated down to the Chapter 1 island. That's what Polar Peak was. There was some 9-year-old arguing with me about it in the comments 6 months ago, and he was like, no, that's not what happened actually. Buddy, yes, it was. Read the literature. Fortnite did have a few other planets and moons that orbited the Chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4 maps. In the Galactus event, we can actually see Travis Scott's astronomical planet in the background near the island, so I guess he's just chilling on there, like, cool, I guess. There's also this planet with rings around it. I believe it's only been seen twice throughout Fortnite's lore. It was seen at the end of the Galactus event, and it was seen for a split second in the Zero Crisis event, right there, which is weird. Why was it there? Finally, there's one more planet, which is actually this planet here with the weird orange glow. It was first seen in the Cube Cradle loading screen. It was then seen again in the Chapter 3 intro cinematic. It was seen again in the loop bubble loading screen, and then it was seen again when the loop bubble exploded in the Chapter 3 finale event. Despite us seeing this planet the most out of any Fortnite planet, we have absolutely no idea what it is. We don't know its name, we don't know what it was doing, all we know is that it was right there, and we probably won't see it again. In Chapter 5, we actually moved away from Reality Zero to another reality somewhere, meaning that the Ice Moon and all those other planets are not actually in the game anymore. So, Yeah. Everything post the Big Bang is completely different to everything that came before. And I wish I could explain that better, but Fortnite themselves never explained it, so I guess you'll just have to deal with it. During the Big Bang, when all of reality was resurrected or whatever the hell that was, we did see some more places that exist outside of the Fortnite map. Let's take a look. Big thanks to JexVite on Reddit for finding this out, because I am stealing your research. So let's get the obvious ones out of the way. There was a Lego Fortnite reality, a festival reality, and a rocket racing reality. A rocket racing reality, poor souls. There was also a sports reality, which I think was the remnants of a sports metaverse mode that Fortnite was working on at some point. There's the reality in which Fortnitemares 2024 came from, which I can only assume is fully ruled by Ultima Carver. There's the food reality, which, yeah, of course there is. Ha, funny tomato and corn, banana and fish, he. There's the reality for Chapter 2 Remix, which had planes in it for some reason. Finally, there was the Chapter 5 reality, which is where the entirety of Chapter 5 took place, except for Chapter 2 Remix, which took place in the Chapter 2 Remix reality. Are you getting this down? Chapter 5 for me is where the hunt for what was actually outside of Fortnite's map became a little more interesting, because there were so many islands outside of the Chapter 5 map, and this time they were all actually there. The Chapter 5 map was a real place. It wasn't in the loop anymore. This place is fully real, which means that everything around the island was also real. Maybe we can visit them. No, the storm kills you. But Chapter 5 actually had 2 groups of people arrive onto the island from somewhere that wasn't the island. Doom doesn't count, he just doesn't. First, we had the Greek gods. Now, this one is a little weird because, like, where did they come from? Some people think that they came from Pandora's box, which I don't think is true, but like Fortnite were really ambiguous where these guys came from, so really I can't say for sure. But they did bring their locations to the island, which means that places like Olympus and the Underworld existed before Chapter 5 Season 2. Why? Well, because Midas has been rotting away in the Underworld since 2020. Like, that's where bro has been. He's been there. Midas escaped, gathered his boys, and then just dipped. Like, he sailed off somewhere and then arrived back in Chapter 6 Season 2. Where did bro go? It's likely he went to one of the surrounding islands, but that doesn't explain how he ended up in an entirely different reality, the Chapter 6 reality. For those that don't know, the Chapter 5 and Chapter 6 islands are in completely different places. Now, there are 2 more places I'd like to discuss before we end the video. The first one is this island right here, otherwise known as Wastelander Island. I just made that up, that's not his name. This island is where the Wastelanders came from in Chapter 5 Season 3. Pandora's box hit the island with a ball of pure nitro, and they came sailing on their little ship to come get the rest. And there was a sandstorm too for some reason. I don't know why they did that. I think they were just all farming. The Wastelanders took like a week to get to the island. They were booking it. But the fact that they took such a short amount of time to get here means that the ship already existed. It means that Megalodon, or Gunner, but we don't really need to talk about that, was already the Lord of the Wasteland. It means that the Wastelanders were already a pre-established faction before they were hit with the Nitro Ball and before they came to the island. Which means that Wastelander Island is the first off-to-the-distance island in Fortnite history that actually has something going on in it. Oh my god, let's go. This is the most interesting part to me, because, like, how long were they there for? What were they doing on the island? What was it like? Why did Megalodon have Chaos Agent, a former member of the Imagined Order? Is there some history between the 2 factions? Does this prove that Megalodon is gonna... Okay. Maybe I got a little ahead of myself. But Fortnite just confirming that the island actually had some story to it and things were actually happening on that island that we don't know about means that we can kind of just fill in the blanks and make our own conclusions as to what happened on the island. Why are they there? And now, we have the final location that is outside of the Fortnite map. The Spirit Realm. The Spirit Realm is where all the Oni and demons live in Chapter 6. Now, we've never actually seen the Spirit Realm, but we've gotten close. Last season, Daigo opened a portal to the Spirit Realm to save Jade, but the portal wasn't open long enough for us to go through. But you know what? He's opening the portal again in-game right now. Maybe we can get in and see for ourselves. There it is, the Vortex. I swear that it wasn't like that the other day. It definitely wasn't like that the other day. What are you up to down there, boy? We're gonna put a stop to it as soon as we look at the Spirit Realm. There he is. And there's the Vortex. Move out the way, you stupid dog. You're right, mate. Ow. How you doing? Let me in. I'm going in. Do you guys want to fix this? Do you guys... There's a slight issue here. I can't... It's not letting me through, boss. Oh, okay, well, you know, that didn't really go to plan, but that's okay. I have it on good authority that we'll be seeing the Spirit Realm pretty soon. I mean, after all, the story is leading up to the Spirit Realm and the King of the Demons, which should have been the last reality thing, but whatever. Maybe even next season, we might see the... Yeah? Uh-huh. What do you mean next season is a Star Wars season? Well, that's it from me. If you enjoyed this video, then there'll be a funny card on the screen taking you to a video like this one but better. Also, using code BigCraigd and subscribing to the channel is scientifically proven to increase your V-Bucks by at least 0. So you can only really go up from there. Okay, bye.